if you just say Gurgaon, I feel very connected. It feels like home. But if I think from the perspective of being a woman, and in that sense, of course, the first thing that comes to mind is that it's not as safe.
I am not safe. I know I belong here, and I know I'm not safe.
You are not safe? Why do you say that?
Because I know.
कोई लड़का आपको अगर ताड़ता है तो आप क्या करते हैं?
मैंने सेल्फ डिफेंस सीखा हुआ है, ताइक्वांडो प्लेयर में रह चुकी हूँ. अगर ऐसा होता है तो फिर
मैं हिमाचल से हूँ और ये
नैनीताल.
गुड़गांव के बारे में कहते हैं कि सिटी ऑफ ड्रीम्स होती है ये. अगर लोग
हाँ, हमारे यहीं पे आके पूरे हुए हैं.
पैसे बहुत हैं, लोग
हैं पैसे
बहुत पैसे.
I've had English friends wanting me to get them jobs to come here.
Big buildings, very good structure, and pubs and parties.
A very major part of real fear comes from the imagination that something can happen. For instance, when I am in an auto, because I've read incidents happening to women in autos, because I've read women being pushed out of autos or somebody getting inside an auto, I have this imagination that men are going to enter from both sides of the auto and I'm going to be stuck in the middle, and so it's better that I sit at the corner, because if they do try to enter from one side, I'm going to jump from the other side.
नारी सुरक्षा पे सवाल करना पड़ता है, सिर्फ पे दिखावा लोगों पे अपना भरोसा, जबकि रात को या दिन को परेशानियों की लिमिट.
We used to go to late night shows in Kolkata pretty often, okay, like 10 p.m., 9 p.m. shows, we used to go. I remember my mom telling me that my grandfather gave her the talk that you cannot go to those shows anymore.
8 p.m. is the deadline for coming back by auto or by cab. I was reaching home at 9:20. And she called me up, she scolded me on the phone, why have you left, why did you take a cab, kya marzi chal rahi hai apni, and I'm like, it's okay, I'm already in the cab, I'm reaching home, I'm trying to calm her down. And then for the next entire 20 minutes, every 2 minutes, she's like, where are you, where are you, where are you?
If you want to move out in Gurgaon at around 10 o'clock, if you want to go out of your house, you probably have to take your brother or your husband along.
ऐसा हम लोग फील करते हैं कि बच्चा सेफ है, बट बच्चे नहीं फील करते. ऐसा कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता उनको कि ब्रदर जा रहा है साथ में या नहीं जा रहा है.
थोड़ा रिबेलियस हो जाता है एट टाइम्स, कि भाई क्यों नहीं जा सकती मैं. जैसे अभी फॉर एग्जाम्पल लाइक मेरा कज़न आया हुआ है, तो ये अपने दोस्तों से मिलने गया हुआ था, एंड अराउंड 10 ही कॉल दैट आई एम इन हॉर्स खास एंड आई विल बी बोर्डिंग मेट्रो. तो मम्मी कहती हाँ कोई नहीं, ठीक है, आराम से आ जाना. मतलब 1 मिनट, ये क्या था? शादी के लिए तो आपको मेरी एज सही लग रही है, बाहर जाने के लिए मतलब मैं छोटी हूँ, दैट थिंग.
गुड़गांव में जब हम पहले आए थे तो बहुत ही, लोग कह सकते हैं कि लोगों के विचार बहुत अलग थे. जैसा कि ये स्टेट है हरियाणा में पढ़ाई का माहौल मतलब गर्ल्स के लिए तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं था.
मेरी एक बेटी थी जब मैं यहाँ आया, शी वॉज वेरी स्मॉल, 3 साल 4 साल की थी. ये यहीं पर ही हुई थी, और जब हमने घर में बताया अगल बगल अड़ोस पड़ोस को, तो आई मीन वी वर वेरी हैप्पी कि सेकंड डॉटर है, लक्ष्मी आ गई, दूसरी लक्ष्मी आ गई. बट मोहल्लों वालों का रिएक्शन, द लोकल्स, दिस अरे दूसरी लड़की आ गई.
हम लोग के यहाँ तो है कि बच्चा
हुआ तो फिर मालिश करने वाली को लगाते हैं, थोड़ा सेवा करते हैं। तो हमने मालिश करने वाली को लगा दिया तो हमारे अड़ोस पड़ोस में जो थी बोलती थी, बेटी तो हुई है, क्यों मालिश करवा रहे हो?
Safety is an issue, I think, especially because of how Gurgaon is structured also. A lot of spaces in Gurgaon are constantly very empty. There is barely any crowd there, especially late at night. A lot of places closed down, so to move from here to some place that might be open, for example, from here to go to a mall that's around half an hour away or 20 minutes away, the stretch is sort of very empty.
अकेले घर से निकलो, सर पे पाँव ढकना पड़ता है, चेहरों पे संडे पेपर स्प्रे रखे बैग में, कैब भी पकड़ी तो कैन वी रीच होम सेफली, घर वालों का फोन, भीड़ भाड़ को अवॉइड, मुड़ के देखना जरा कि पीछा करे ना कोई माप ले, घूरते हैं जैसे घर पे माँ बहन या बेटी नहीं, कैट कॉलिंग चीफ टीजिंग छेड़छाड़ है, सड़कों पे पुलिस पर पुलिस भी तो अंधी है, गैंग अप ऑन अ कर्व cause वो अकेली लड़की है, समाज ये बदनाम, आत्मरक्षा की तकनीकें सीखो, पीड़ित होते ब्लेम, इतने रात को क्या कर रही थी वो, रात चलती लड़कियों पर फेंकते तेजाब, हर एक 20 मिनट देश में होता है बलात्कार।
Anybody who asks me where I'm from, I just say I'm from Delhi because it's easier. And you don't want to be looked at as part of Haryana, maybe because of the disturbing statistics like the female feticide rates or the crime rates or just the sex ratio rates. People want to be seen as distinct from something like that, which is ironical because Gurgaon is not very different.
₹3,000 में 1 एकड़ ज़मीन मिलती थी, 4840 गज, ₹3,000 में। और आज गुड़गांव में 1 एकड़ ज़मीन 650 करोड़ रुपए में डेवलप करके बिल्डर बेचता है।
Suddenly in Gurgaon, everyone was rich. Like, suddenly there was a surge. एकदम से surge आया कि हाँ मतलब गाड़ियाँ ही गाड़ियाँ. You know, young kids driving maybe 13, 14 years of age, young boys, and they are just black tinted glasses and music up, following the school girls from their stops to their homes, and it was just ridiculous. I remember once there was this guy in our neighborhood, in our sector, and he just went past my home and he said, Shambhavi. He just shouted my name. And for that, my parents reacted like, ye kaun hai?
This incident happened in class 8th when this person comes up to me and narrates this story that he's had a dream and he wishes to have children with me someday. And he's describing me the events of his, daydream and this and that. I got so angry because he was like, I'll touch you there and this and that. And I slapped him in front of everybody. The same day I went home and, I had narrated the entire thing to my mother. And she's like, क्यों किया लेकिन? मारा क्यों? मारने की क्या ज़रूरत थी? ऐसा तो होता रहेगा. मतलब अब तुम now this has started and now you're going to leave school soon and you're going to go to college and you're going to be on your own and these incidents are bound to happen and they're bound to happen more frequently and this is the first time this has happened and you can't keep on slapping everybody that comes and comes and say anything to you. And at that moment I didn't say anything to her, but then I also felt, I shouldn't say guilty, but I did kind of feel that maybe I shouldn't have done it because everybody around me, my teachers, my parents, everybody was asking me to not do it.
Ever since I was a tiny child, early teens, I've had very long legs because of my genetics.
So I would wear shorts and I would get looked at in public places saying, oh, this is not a child, this is a woman. She should be dressing according to, you know.
We would like to dress up every day. We would like to wear whatever we wanted to. And my mom would be very cautious of what I'm wearing, especially in the metro, getting off. And that's something that's remained true to this day. Even though I'm coming from Delhi to here, she would ask me to wear decent clothes, which is basically anything that does not show a lot of skin. My friends would, I think because it was common for a number of girls there who were coming from their homes, we would all just go to the washroom together, change, we would wash our faces, put on something. If we have this plan of going out after our college, we would carry a completely different set of clothes. So it becomes a little circle where everyone is lying to their parents and all the friends are informed, and it's a nice community.
I think in Gurgaon, why we call Gurgaon unsafe is because a major chunk of people who live in Gurgaon have been brought up a certain way wherein they feel entitled. They feel like they can do anything and get away with it. For them, carrying guns or
road accidents,
or like engaging in road rage or committing XYZ crimes, like it's not a huge deal for them.
So this teacher, she's an English teacher and she's very sweet, very old. She comes up to me and she tells me that this person, Kanwaljit, he has put his hands on a girl's breast. And has something happened with you also? Because I know that Kanwaljit used to, like you or something. And I'm like, no. And so those are the kind of people, those are the kind of men, so to say, in our school. I'm not saying that all of them came from certain places, because some of them did come from the area that I was staying in.
Yes, I was at the metro station, Huda City Center, and I was coming back from college. And this person was behind me. And he wasn't really following me because I had just come out of the station, so I couldn't really tell whether he was following me or not. And I was walking back home, and I live right opposite the metro station. It's like a 5-minute walk, 2-3-minute walk. So he was right behind me, and I suddenly felt a touch on my butt.
I have interacted with people who belong to less privileged background than me, who actually have a more liberal mindset than, say, my own relatives. So I would say that's a stereotype that I would want to leave behind. Education and economic capabilities have nothing to do with liberal mindsets. Otherwise, we would not have to worry about safety in a place like Gurgaon or Delhi, because the education levels are definitely not a problem, nor is the economic level.
During the Me Too movement, I heard so many of my male friends who I'm not friends with anymore saying कि यार this Me Too movement is not valid because ये तो चलता रहता है, like
ये तो normal है.
Yeah, ये तो normal
A lot of things were considered as normal.
Exactly.
But then when everything was being called out, a lot of people were shook, and taken aback.
This is also something that is being called out now. We did not know that this is not okay.
Yeah, this was all fun and games for us.
Exactly. But I have, of course, heard of people. I've had my friends tell me sometimes that this one XYZ relation was very toxic, or this person hit me, or this person did something.
My boyfriend didn't appreciate me going out with my male friends.
Yeah,
that's one we've heard a lot.
Yeah.
Since school, it was always talking to boys is forbidden. And boys used to call at home, and then my mother used to ask me, who is calling? किससे बात कर रही हो? इतनी देर तक क्यों बात कर रही हो? And so the scope of it happening, and because we didn't have mobile phones, we used to have landlines then. And so the landline was placed in the center of the house, and you can't possibly be talking to a boy in the center of the house with your mother always, present. It's only recently that they have started talking about relationships with my sister. And that's also because now she's of a marriageable age. She's 28, and now they want to know whether or not she has a boyfriend, or so to say. And the only purpose behind that is whether we should ourselves be starting to look for, a husband for you and this and that. And so now we have started to talk. But with me, there's no.
First of all, I think arranged marriages should stop already. I mean.
Sitting next to your parents saying, sorry, I'm
We are agree.
Not any.
I'm not planning to get married. I don't believe in the institution. I don't think that love needs legal paper. Maybe there's tax benefits to it, but I haven't read up on that yet. So.
I think with the monetary independence, having a place of my own, being able to travel anywhere I want, also influences decisions that I will take about my life as to when I want to take up a job, leave a job, where I want that job. Will it coincide with marriage? For me, it'll never. But I know that till the time I don't have that sort of money to sustain myself and sustain my parents simultaneously, I won't be able to take those decisions for myself. I won't be able to put my foot down and say, no, I will not marry. No, I will not live in this city. The hard nose. I think that only comes with financial independence. And I think the financial independence is also linked because I want to be able to take those decisions for my parents also. It sounds a little weird. But the independence of being able to buy my parents whatever they want, for my dad to be able to retire and live a comfortable life. I think to have that control also over the family dynamics is something that I want.
Is it in a way like you really want to be the quote unquote son to the family?
Could be. I don't think it has been something that my parents have put on me.
No.
Yeah. But I think because of how social dynamics are, I think I want to be the caretaker for this family. Probably because the son factor does come in. Because after my father, there's no really male figure in the family. But also this rebellious desire of just entering into the college and being very adamant about proving to them that you don't need a son is also something that drives this.
Yeah, feminized.
In my first job, if I did not dress properly, or if I just wanted to wear a hoodie or jeans, for example, and put no makeup on for the day, I would not be taken seriously by some of my male colleagues. कि अरे ये क्या पहन के आ गई है, ये आंटी बन के क्यों घूम रही है. Whereas if I would show up to work next day looking very sharp, my winged eyeliners pointed perfectly upright, I would be taken more seriously. Honestly, when I first joined as a fresher, I was afraid to speak up, and when I did speak up, maybe my voice would be suppressed. I don't know if that was because I was making no sense and I was a child, or if I was a woman in a room full of men trying to say something. So if you would just let me complete my thought, that's the classic line that I've sort of, scripted in my mind now. If you would just let me complete my thought, I think it would really add value to what we're trying to discuss here. That's exactly what I say to anybody who tries to cut me off now.
सारी सुरक्षा पे सवाल डरना पड़ता है, सेफ्टी दिखावा लोगों पे अपना भरोसा, जबकि रात हो या दिन परेशानियों की लिमिट नहीं, अकेले घर से निकलो सर पे पाँव ढकना पड़ता है, चेहरों पे संडे पेपर स्प्रे रखे बैग में, कैब भी पकड़ी तो कैन वी रीच होम सेफली, घर वालों का फोन भीड़ भाड़ को अवॉइड, उड़ के देखना जरा कि पीछा करे ना कोई मामले, घूरते हैं जैसे घर पे माँ बहन या बेटी नहीं, कैट कॉलिंग ईव टीजिंग छेड़छाड़ नॉर्मल है, सड़कों पे पुलिस पर पुलिस भी तो अंधी है, गैंग अप ऑन अ कर्व 'cause वो अकेली लड़की है, समाज ये बदनाम आत्मरक्षा की तकनीकें सीखो, पीड़ित होते प्रेम, इतने रात को क्या कर रही थी वो, रात चलती लड़कियों पर